Okay, let's jump right in. We have a huge problem with our food supply. A tiny virus that's attacking our vegetables from the inside out. But what if the solution wasn't cooked up in a lab, but was actually hiding at the bottom of the sea? Today we're going to look at some incredible research that pits this invisible menace against a very unlikely, microscopic hero.
So take a look at this squash leaf. You see that yellow kind of mottled pattern? Yeah, that's not because it needs more water. That's a sign of a viral infection that is just wreaking havoc on farms all over the world. It stunts the plant's growth and, basically ruins the crops. It's a quiet crisis, but it's happening everywhere.
It's a pretty grim picture, right? But this is where the story gets really interesting. Scientists started looking for a more natural, sustainable solution, and they asked this brilliant question. What if the cure has been hiding all along in one of the oldest, most diverse places on Earth, the ocean?
To really get why this is such a big deal, we first need to meet the villain of our story. And trust me, this isn't just some common plant cold. It's a very specific and very effective threat.
Meet the Cucumber Mosaic Virus, or CMV. This thing gets around. The research shows it can infect over 1,200 different plants. That is a massive range. Plus, it's spread by aphids, which makes it incredibly hard to control. And here's the real kicker. There is no direct cure. Farmers are basically left fighting this losing battle with agrochemicals, which, come with their own set of environmental problems.
So, with no cure in sight, where do you even begin to look? Well, researchers turn to a place that's just teeming with life and really unique chemistry, the marine world. And that's where they found our potential hero.
The hero is a type of bacteria called streptomyces, and these things have a superpower. They are like little natural chemical factories. They produce this whole arsenal of what are called bioactive compounds. In fact, they're so good at it that we already use them to make medicines for humans. So scientists thought, hey, maybe they also make something that can fight off plant viruses.
And this just shows you how global this search is. For this study, scientists were literally scooping up silt samples from the shore of the Red Sea in Egypt. And from those samples, they found two really promising strains of streptomyces that they decided to put to the ultimate test.
Okay, this is where it gets really exciting. The scientists basically set up a greenhouse showdown. It's the marine bacteria versus the destructive virus. And the battlefield? Squash plants.
So they tested these bacterial extracts in 3 different ways. First, a protective approach. Could they treat the plant beforehand to stop the infection from ever taking hold? Second, a curative one. Could the treatment help a plant that was already sick? And third, inactivation. What if they just mix the extracts directly with the virus? Could it neutralize it on the spot?
And the results? Wow. They really do speak for themselves. Just look at this comparison. On the left, you've got a plant that's infected with the virus. It's stunted, it's sickly, it's not doing well. Now look at the one on the right. That plant was treated with the bacterial extract before it was exposed to the virus. The difference is just staggering. It looks almost perfectly healthy.
So how effective was that protective treatment? This effective, 100%. The paper reports a disease suppression rate of 100%. That means every single plant that got the protective treatment showed no symptoms of the disease. It didn't just reduce the symptoms, it prevented them completely.
100% success rate is just amazing. But it makes you ask, how? What exactly did the bacteria do? Well, it turns out they didn't just kill the virus directly. They did something way cooler. They armed the plant and taught it how to defend itself.
The secret is a process called systemic acquired resistance, or SAR. Think of it as the plant's own immune system kicking into high gear. When a plant detects a threat in one little spot, SAR sends a defense alert through the entire plant, getting all its leaves and stems ready to fight off an invasion. So here's the bottom line. That bacterial extract acted like a trigger. It wasn't a poison that killed the virus. It was more like an alarm bell that woke up the plant's own natural defenses. Honestly, the easiest way to think about it is, it's like a vaccine for the plant. It gets the immune system ready for the real fight.
And you can actually see this happening at the genetic level. This chart shows the activity of a really key defense gene. So in a healthy plant, it's pretty quiet. In a plant that's infected, the virus actually suppresses it. But just look at the protected plant, the one that got the bacterial extract. Its defense gene activity shot up by over 10 times. The bacteria basically flipped a switch that turned the plant into a fortress against the virus.
Now this is way more than just a cool science experiment. The implications of what they found are enormous, and they stretch far beyond this one greenhouse and into the very future of how we grow our food. So why does all this matter? Well, because it gives us a path away from all those harsh chemical pesticides that can pollute our environment and cause health risks. This is a sustainable, eco-friendly way to protect our food supply. We're literally tapping into millions of years of evolution, using nature's own chemistry to solve a huge modern problem.
You know, the researchers themselves summed it up perfectly. They see these extracts as a totally new kind of bioviricide, an environmentally friendly tool that can sustainably stop the spread of these horrible plant viruses. This isn't just some far-off idea. It's a really promising new frontier.
And that kind of brings us to our final thought. I mean, if a potential cure for one of agriculture's biggest viral problems was just sitting there in the silt of the Red Sea, it really makes you wonder, right? What other incredible world-changing solutions are still out there just waiting for us to find them in the unexplored corners of our natural world?